sea. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.
خذها يا ترامب. خلصنا ترامب 2024. ترامب this year. Take this Biden. Don't know how to walk. He don't know how to talk. Take him out 2024. Let's go, everybody.
Hi, I'm Arabic Christian, and I support President Trump because he's the only president that actually wants world peace, and he's the only one that could fix this economy, close the borders, and change the health system, because God knows we need help with the health system is horrible.
Yeah.
You know, and to help the veterans, most definitely, and the economy. And we love him. He's taken a bullet for us. We've been standing out here in the rain for him. No problem. He's taking a bullet for us. We'll stand in the snow for him.
If you could say anything to Kamala Harris, what would it be?
Stay out of the way. Just move out of the way and let Trump do his job. He's done it before. He'll do it again.
Like, Twitter is a different place, bro. Or X now. I see so many people with this profile pic. I see someone just like my comment with this, and I could not stop laughing, bro. Trump and hijab, bro. The internet crazy, bro. If Trump saw this, he would lose his mind.
Yes, and the Arabs voted for Trump. And we had to take a look what is happening in Dearborn, Michigan. How white supremacist group are taking over the town halls in Dearborn, Michigan, and they voted for this. So stay towards the end because this video is gonna be really interesting. You're gonna love it. I'm going to be talking about the whole Arab situations, from the New York mayor to the recent meeting to the Prince of Dubai. I'm gonna cover it all, okay? So stay towards the end. Please don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Help us to support liberal media, subscribing to my channel. And it's some people that keep telling me in the comments, Jenny, I don't know, I thought I was subscribed to your channel, but I'm not subscribed. Just make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, okay? Just hit the subscribe button, okay? And also activate the notification bell. That way you don't miss any videos, okay? So stay towards the end.
In 1900, the world was 30% white. Fast forward 125 years, we are down to 7%. The Islamification of Europe is particularly aimed at the destruction of white people. The Islamification of America is aiming to meet the same goal. Our people, white Christian, European, Western civilization, we built the arts. We built the Colosseum. We have ran the world into the industrial age. And now, this people here, the Muslim community, is looking to drag us back. They're looking to oppress women, oppress homosexuals. They're looking to destroy everything that makes America great. President Trump, send ICE into Dearborn. These people have overstayed their visas. They're H-1B chain migration invaders, and they have come to this country to destroy our way of life. We know exactly your laws in your book about lying to our faces, pretending to be Americans, wearing your suits. But that doesn't happen anywhere else where you guys are in charge. There are 53 Muslim majority countries, and in all of them, it is tyranny, destruction, it is shithole living. We have to call it what it is. You guys don't live like we do. We don't want you in our country. We will come and eat your shawarma in Somalia, okay? We don't need it here in Michigan. We don't need it in any part of America. We have a right to self-determination. Our founding fathers fought and died for our posterity. for white Americans. Amen. And we're being driven out. You come here and you marry 4 or 5 women and you outbreed us. You change the laws. You make all of our country look like the places that you fled from. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. 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 This is our country. And the people, the veterans, the World War II veterans, whose blood has soaked for our constitutional republic, are taking a look around Europe. They're taking a look around America, and they're saying, what the hell did we fight for? We have been taken over without a single shot fired. You guys are outbreeding insidious parasites on the American way of life. You will never look like us. You will never eat like us. You won't build buildings like us. You are nothing. You can build nothing. Just like President Trump's great American friends have said. You guys are not us, and get the fuck out. America first. America only. God bless America. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Christ is king. Your hands on me. There's no reason to put your hands on me. Jesus is king.
And this is who the Arab community out in Dearborn chose to partner up with to get Donald Trump, their leader, into office. This is what they think of them.
Players. So as you can see, that was during the 2020 election, and there was an Arab for Frumpy Dump. In fact, there was an entire group that decreed and declared that they were Arabs for Frumpy Dump, and they actually attended a rally in Michigan, and here they are with Frumpy to the motherfucking dump.
3 months later,
the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic...
And just like that, Arab Americans for Frumpy Dump has formally changed their name to Arab Americans for Peace. Dun, 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 dun. According to a press release today, Arab Americans for Peace, formerly known as Arab Americans for Trump, believe that President Trump is committed to achieving a lasting peace in the Middle East that is satisfactory to all parties. We do, however, take issue with the president's suggestion of taking over Gaza and removing its Palestine inhabitants to other parts of the Arab world. The president has yet to meet with key Arab leaders, including the Palestinian president, to hear their views regarding the acceptable path to a permanent peace process. We are adamantly opposed to the notion of transferring Palestinians outside of the historic Palestine for any reason. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So Arab Americans for Frumpy Dump has formally changed their name to Arab Americans for Peace, issuing a statement still in full support of Frumpy Dump, saying that they believe he wants peace, but they disagree with his stance on Gaza. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous, you know. What did y'all think was... I just want to talk to them. I just want to hear what they thought was going to happen, because this is just absurd. But either way, players, put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mova reporting once again for the Black Accurate.
Did you know that a lot of Arabs actually like Trump and voted for Trump? Let me explain. Many Arab Americans felt disillusioned with the previous administration's unwavering support to certain Middle Eastern policies, particularly with the conflicts involving Gaza and Lebanon. In states like Michigan, a notable portion of the Arab community have turned to Trump, viewing him as a preferable alternative to the existing political landscape. This shift was influenced by a desire for change. But anyway, what do you think of Trump?
Muslims for Trump, baby.
We as Muslims stand with President Trump because he promises peace. He promises peace, not war. The bloodshed has to stop all over the world. And I think this man can make that happen.
And this was all because you didn't want to vote for the black man. You thought aligning yourself with that man was going to create peace in the Middle East. A man who repeatedly lied, a felon, and now we're at war with Iran. You quenched your thirst for aligning yourself with whiteness, anti-blackness, and misogyny. And baby, that got you a war in the Middle East instead of the peace that you were looking for. Listen to black women. But if you don't expect us to clean up your mess. Do with that what you will.
Kamala was not saving anybody. You have no reason to feel betrayed for nobody voting for Kamala. Nobody owed you a vote for Kamala. You do not get to disengage from politics or support the deportation of Hispanic people or the colonization of Palestine because Kamala lost. I'm glad she lost. I'm happy she lost. I hope the Democrats never win again. If you were having conversations about whether or not the Palestinians are prejudiced and expecting perfect victims during an act of genocide, you are not helping. You are the problem.
I came home the day I met Trump, and I gave my son a MAGA hat, and I said, I guess we're there. And he said, ew. His first words to me were, ew. I said, but Baba, he said he's going to stop the war. And he said, okay, that's it. Give me that hat. We're voting for Trump. And that's the sentiment, not just of an 8-year-old, but of an entire community.
This. I'm a selfish, and I can only think about myself. And why didn't they vote for Kamala in the election?
This. During the trip, it felt like some people were too busy playing Oppression Olympics to fully grasp the experiences of Palestinians living in Palestine.
And this. Literally could not see past your own. I don't care how oppressed you are in this country. I'm sure people are going to come over and say, yes, I'm saying this. I don't care how oppressed you are in this country. Nothing justifies genocide or arguing to not only support an administration that is doing a genocide, but give up a leverage that costs you nothing. It costs you nothing.
Are all the same message. And they have been the same message the entire time. And if you couldn't see how problematic these messages were when they were coming out, you need to reflect on that. And I suggest you reflect offline, because you're probably going to feel defensive, you're probably going to be mad, and because you could not recognize the issues in the first place, you're not going to be able to recognize your own anti-blackness. So I'm telling you, shut up, reflect offline, have those big ass fucking feelings that are going to come out offline, and then maybe craft an apology for whatever the fuck you said back then when you couldn't recognize it, when you couldn't recognize the fucking problem, when it fucking mattered.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I came across all these videos on my FYP and I tend to share with you guys. You guys already know what's been happening with the whole Palestinian movement and these guys who voted solely for DJT, and a lot of them were saying that do not vote for Kamala. Kamala is this and that. She's the reason why they are still having this fight in Gaza and all of that, and how Trump was going to stop the whole war and all that. And now they are all angry at the same time, and they're not also happy that black people are not supporting the whole movement and all that. But I'm just going to let these videos roll, then we come back and talk more. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. And credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch, then I will come back with the commentary. Let's go.
What Trump is proposing is the ethnic cleansing of 2 million Palestinians. Millions of Palestinians who are the descendants of those who were expelled from their land in the Nakba in 1948. The Palestinians have resisted Israeli...
And I don't know what was wrong with these people. Yes, Arabs for Trump. They decided that they're gonna vote somehow for Donald Trump, and they're gonna make sure that nobody else voted for Kamala Harris. So they decided that they're gonna support a third-party candidate, or they're gonna go never Kamala. And look how things have changed right now. They used to be Arabs for Trump, now they are Arabs for peace. this part is hilarious because they fight. This is the thing. This is when you like it. You okay. This is how you just swimming. You just swimming, and you stay in the same place. That's exactly what they did, okay? They fight, and they fight. And even when Kamala was the better option for Arabs, for Trump, and from the Gaza, and from the people from Palestine people, they decided that they're gonna align with the MAGA white supremacist group. Donald Trump have showed them already in his first term that he will put a Muslim ban in place for people that come from Arab countries cannot come to this nation. But somehow that wasn't enough. That didn't prove that Donald Trump is a racist. That didn't prove it. So they wanted to have a second round to prove that the orange buffoon is what he is. So they went and voted for DT, for the orange buffoon, and now Gaza is completely destroyed. Palestinians are gonna be moving to other countries that they say they're gonna pay them like $5,000, and they're gonna pay for the first years of rent, that they're gonna do all these things. And we all know Donald Trump, we all know the orange buffoon. He never follow his contracts. He never, whatever he say is something is promised on the air. So those people in the Palestinians are gonna be removed from Gaza. They're gonna go to another country, and then in those countries they're gonna be in their own, because they don't wanna receive anything that Donald Trump promised for. It always have been that way. These men, I don't know how the Arabs decided to, and this is the thing, Arabs got finessed by Trump. That's the right word in here. They got finessed by Trump, because this is a deal where Donald Trump is gonna make a ton of money, okay? As soon as those buildings that they're planning to put in Gaza get built, or they start building it, I bet you Donald Trump is gonna get his cut before they start build anything in there. So they got finessed by Donald Trump, and now somehow they are Arabs for peace. They supported, but they didn't support the Donald Trump. Oh, this is just crazy. This is just crazy. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I just don't get it. Please explain to me in the comments, even when I'm just doing all this reaction and all these commentaries, what is in the brain of these people? Okay, if anyone knows, please, what is in the brain of these people, of the Arab people, please explain it in the comments below. And I'm not saying it's all the Arabs, okay? I have to be clear about that. Only the Arabs that voted for Trump, okay? Because I know the majority of them voted for Trump, but they are not all of them, okay? And the ones that voted for third party, I don't know what is in their brains either. So, well.
And how does the war end in terms of what Israel gets? Because many would argue that what Donald Trump is proposing is much worse than anything Biden or Harris proposed. He's proposing a plan for the ethnic cleansing of Gaza. Everyone must leave.
No, listen. If you recall, in February of this year, I came out categorically opposed to the notion of having Gazans leave Gaza by force or by
which is what the president you voted for has called for. He called for it. He said we will clean out that whole thing.
But, you know, I am opposed to anyone forcing Palestinians to leave their homeland for any reason whatsoever on earth. Okay.
He said they have to leave and they can't come back. How are you okay with that?
But no, Palestinians will not. I'm not okay with that.
But he said that. Donald Trump,
listen,
I don't know why you're getting annoyed at me. Donald Trump said, when he was asked on Fox, once they leave, can they come back? This is what Donald Trump said. No, they wouldn't. How are you okay with that?
I'm not okay with that.
So have you told him you're not okay with that?
They know exactly how I feel.
So isn't the Trump plan for ending the war in Gaza much worse than anything we've seen before?
Listen, what is at the table right now is a permanent end to the war, Israeli withdrawal, Arab troops going in along with international troops to take over and manage the Gaza Strip. And that's what at the table. There were times when the president said, no, Palestinians will not be forced out of Gaza. Palestinians can always come back to Gaza. He said that. So it just depends.
What day of the week it is?
You know, I'm not responsible for what the president says.
I'm not asking you to be responsible. I'm saying, do you agree with it or do you condemn it? You were very vocally condemnatory of the previous administration, which you were every right to, and I shared your criticisms. I'm wondering why you won't be critical when this president says much worse than Joe Biden.
Listen,
I don't remember Joe Biden telling people not to come back.
I have the right to be critical, but I do not condemn the president.
Okay.
Because I believe he wants to end this war.
Just know that as Trump is giving F-35 fighter jets to Saudi Arabia and striking deals with them, and as Trump dismisses the assassination of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, there's a rich Arab girl sitting in Dubai saying that it's divisive to call out Arab nations when it comes to Palestine, that we should believe in pan-Arabism. Mind you, said girl probably has a citizenship from a Western country and is just enjoying her life in Dubai buying gold coming from Sudan. But yeah, let's not cause division as our people get slaughtered because the Arab governments are always striking deals with the devil.
Oh, trust me when I say I have no sympathy for these people at all. That whole Arabs for Trump movement, changing their names to the Arabs for Peace after they got finessed by Trump, they're the key reason why the state got swung in Trump's favor. And with Islamophobia being on a meteoric rise, yeah, they're definitely feeling the weight of their actions now. I mean, mind you, Trump's rhetoric towards Gaza was always atrocious. He had never once given any type of grace to Gazans, to Palestinians alike, did not give a fuck. He was always on the side with Bibi. So I need people to understand, Trump was never nice to Gazans or Palestinians in any way, shape, or form. Not only did they aim their support for this, they endorsed it and they knew it was coming. So nobody should feel any sympathy for them. But Kamala was bad. Alright, well, have fun. Shit.
America is the only country that had a failed coup and failed to prosecute those who did it and partook in it and then allowed them to rerun for office. That is the reason we are where we are. America had a chance in 2021 with the Democrat trifecta that it elected after race riots in the street in 2020 pushed everyone to vote that man out of office. That does not happen anywhere. Once you get a fascist in office, you don't vote them out. The November 2020 election was a fluke. It was not supposed to go that way, but it did. You want to blame anybody for the reason we are here? Blame the last guy and his party for spending 4 months on arthritis-ridden knees for bipartisanship instead of a minority group in a state that went blue. By the way, Michigan went blue, like it voted Kamala. So I don't know why y'all are blaming a minority group over the actual people in charge who could have prevented this and chose not to.
I live in Michigan. Dearborn Arabs were just very vocal that they were persuading other Arabs not to vote for Kamala. I mean, Trump pushed this big time, so they were used to push. And again, in my previous video, I said that the population of Arab Americans in the United States is around 4 million. That doesn't mean that there's 4 million Arab Americans who vote. It just means the total population of Arab Americans, which means that the voting numbers of Arab Americans is less than 4 million, which is less than 1% of the United States population. Mathematically, if Dearborn Arabs got other Arabs to not vote for Kamala Harris, that still would not have affected and impacted her ability to win the election. It's just plain math, because they don't have the numbers to do that. And the breakdown was 20% voted for Kamala, 21% voted for Trump, 53% voted for Jill Stein. Jill Stein did not have enough votes in total to affect the outcome of the election and cause Kamala to lose. Even if those votes went to Kamala, she still would have lost. These are just facts of the election. We have to accept these facts of the election, and any discussion of it has to acknowledge these facts. Because the problem I'm getting is a lot of people are trying to overlook these facts and make it seem like this population was more instrumental when mathematically that's an impossibility. Now, Trump, yes, he met with the Muslim American voters in Dearborn, Michigan, and they came on stage and they said that they had a discussion with him and they were hopeful. Do you know what that is called? It is called campaigning. Trump physically himself met with constituents to earn theirs and their community's vote. Kamala Harris never met with the Muslim community. She never met with any of the leaders of the Muslim community. She never met with the uncommitted movement, which was a big thorn in both Biden and Harris's campaign, despite promising to do. In other words, she did not campaign. Instead, she sent Bill Clinton, she sent Barack Obama to chastise black men. She sent other people to get marginalized groups to vote for her. She herself did not actively come to these marginalized groups and try to earn their votes or listen to them. That plays a massive part in getting communities in this country to entrust their vote in you. You have to show up and you have to campaign. And Donald Trump did that. That you have to admit, he did that. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, they didn't. So as much as you want to blame the reaction of voters to a candidate actually campaigning, you also have to acknowledge the other candidates' lack of campaigning for those voters' votes, because that also plays a part.
Where are you from?
I'm from Palestine.
Oh, you're making a lot of progress, huh? Very good. Well, they like me. The Palestinians like me. The Palestinians are doing very well, actually. I think we're working very closely with a lot of people to make everybody happy, including Israel.
Build a relationship with him. Do you think Trump has already fallen for Mamdani?
Assalamu alaikum. That's what little Zizi taught me. He taught me a lot. Zizi's my best friend. Zoran Mamadani is absolutely amazing. We're going to be eating chicken tikka masala together. He's really tall, dark, and handsome. I love it. Desi man. He rizzed me really good. I feel rizzed. He's young, guys. He's really, really strong. It's a really strong handshake, and I think we're going to be good friends, maybe even besties. Maybe he'll be the first bestie I have that's Muslim. Maybe I convert to Islam. Allah Akbar, Salam Alaikum, Hamdulillah, Hamdulillah, la la la, la la la.
We have some pretty stunning reactions coming from Republicans on the internet following the Trump-Mamdani Oval Office meeting, where Republicans are now saying that this was a disastrous press conference for them. Laura Loomer and others on the internet are bashing the Trump administration for embracing Mamdani the way Donald Trump did in the Oval Office. And others on Capitol Hill are essentially texting one another saying that Donald Trump seemingly undermined the Republican Party's strategy to go after Mamdani or tie Mamdani to the rest of the Democratic Party heading into 2026. It really does appear to be a major meltdown for online Republicans and soon to be Republican consultants over what to do next. Because in the Oval Office, Donald Trump embraced Mamdani, said that he would be comfortable living in New York City, and even undermined one of his own, Elise Stefanik, who's running for governor, who claimed in an Islamophobic trope that Mamdani was a jihadist. Trump said, no, he's not. He's a pretty rational person. A stunning development, a stunning scene happening right now in Washington. Spread the word, follow for more.
So the House is voting on two bills. One saying that if you boycott Israel or anything Israel supports, you could be fined up to $1 million and go to jail. Another one says that if you speak out against Israel, you can lose your American passport. Is this Israel or fucking United States of America? Y'all sitting here worrying about goddamn Charlie Kirk, and we got a whole nother fucking country trying to own us. white people included. Y'all sitting here trying to do all this damn infighting with the left versus right. We got a whole nother country sitting over here telling us how we should talk, how we should speak, what we can and not speak about, what we can speak about. And y'all letting this shit fly right under the radar. Where are all these MAGA lovers that say America first? Because baby, this is not America first. Where are all you right-wing, American-loving, white pure blood? Where are y'all at? Because y'all should be talking right now. All the people that follow Charlie Kirk that believe white men and white people come first, this is a problem for y'all. Y'all focusing on the wrong thing, because if this bill comes through, that is your First Amendment rights being infringed on. That is your freedom of speech being infringed on. That is saying Israel owns the United States of America. But hey, y'all don't listen to black women any damn way.
And I don't know what was wrong with these people. Yes, Arabs for Trump, they decided that they're gonna vote somehow for Donald Trump, and they're gonna make sure that nobody else voted for Kamala Harris. So they decided that they're gonna support a third-party candidate, or they're gonna go never Kamala. And look how things have changed right now. They used to be Arabs for Trump. Now they are Arabs for peace. And this part is hilarious because they fight. This is the thing. This is when you you. Okay, this is how, you're just swimming, you're just swimming, and you stay in the same place. That's exactly what they did. Okay, they fight, and they fight, and they fight. And even when Kamala was the better option for Arabs for Trump, and from the Gaza, and from the people from Palestine people, they decided that they're gonna align with the MAGA white supremacist group. Donald Trump have showed them already in his first term that he will put a Muslim ban in place for people that come from Arab countries cannot come to this nation. But somehow that wasn't enough. That didn't prove that Donald Trump is a racist. That didn't prove it. So they wanted to have a second round to prove that the orange buffoon is what he is. So they went and voted for DT, for the orange buffoon. And now Gaza is completely destroyed. Palestinians are going to be moving to other countries that they say they're going to pay them like $5,000, and they're going to pay for the first years of rent, that they're going to do all these things. And we all know Donald Trump. We all know the orange buffoon. He never follow his contracts. He never, whatever he say is something is promised on the air. So those people in the Palestinians are gonna be removed from Gaza. They're gonna go to another country, and then in those countries they're gonna be in their own, because they don't wanna receive anything that Donald Trump promised for. It always have been that way. These men, I don't know how the Arabs decided to, and this is the thing, Arabs got finessed by Trump. That's the right word in here. They got finessed by Trump, because this is a deal where Donald Trump is gonna make a ton of money. Okay, as soon as those buildings that they're planning to put in Gaza get built, or they start building it, I bet you Donald Trump is gonna get his cut before they start build anything in there. So they got finessed by Donald Trump, And now somehow they are Arabs for peace. They supported, but they didn't support Donald Trump. Oh, this is just crazy. This is just crazy. This is just crazy. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I just don't get it. Please explain to me in the comments, even when I'm just doing all this reaction and all these commentaries, what is in the brain of these people? Okay, if anyone know, please, what is in the brain of these people, of the Arab people, please explain it in the comments below. And I'm not saying it's all the Arabs, okay? I have to be clear about that. Only the Arabs that voted for Trump, okay? Because I know the majority of them voted for Trump, but they are not all of them, okay? And the ones that voted for third party, I don't know what is in their brains either. So, whoa.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have some interesting news as Trump has met with the Prince of Saudi Arabia, undermining United States intelligence in the process. Trump hosted the Saudi Arabian Prince Mohammed bin Salman at the White House on Tuesday, which has led to a lot of media controversy so far. The White House rolled out the red carpet for the leader, and he was greeted by Trump with a ceremony including marching bands, flag-bearing horsemen, and flyovers. Trump also decided to defend the prince for the death of a journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, saying that the prince, after the U.S. intelligence confirmed that the prince confirmed the operation for the killing of the Washington Post journalist. When the prince was asked about it, Trump interjected and said, "Things happen, but he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that." He also said that Saudi Arabia has done incredible for human rights. This is absolutely wild. For one, the president rolled out, the red carpet, the full 9 yards for this man to come and visit the White House, which is something the president does not do. And that's something you don't do for another leader of another country when they come to visit you. That's just Trump providing a show. At the end of the day, it really is. But also, defending the man for killing a U.S. journalist is insane. He undermined U.S. intelligence by doing this as well, as U.S. intelligence has already confirmed that the prince confirmed this death. Yet Trump doesn't care. And does he know either? Probably not. It's a massive deal. It really is. And the fact that Trump is still willing to roll out a red carpet for a man who, killed an American citizen does not shock me. And it's going to continue to happen. Does that mean it's right? No. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching this video. Like and repost it to get the information out, and drop a follow for more news content. Also, feel free to check out my YouTube. All the support would be greatly appreciated as we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. It's the link in my bio. I would really appreciate it. I'm also on Substack as well, and that would be really cool. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching this video, and I will see you all later. Bye.
Donald Trump, let's say, calls you up today and says, "Hey, I'm trying to win a Nobel Prize. How do I stop what's happening in Sudan?" What would you tell him to do?
Easy. Call Abu Dhabi, call Mohammed bin Zayed, and tell him that U.S. intelligence services, Defense Intelligence Agency, and the Bureau of Intelligence and Research at State have intelligence assessments that clearly show, according to the Wall Street Journal, that you've been arming the RSF, including with weapon systems identified by Yale in the intelligence community as being used in Al Fasher. And that if he doesn't stop, then there's going to be U.S. sanctions. We will no longer be able to have Americans buy duty-free at Terminal 1 at Dubai. That's what scares the hell out of the UAE. And the moment the United States or the United Kingdom says that, it's going to cause the UAE to jump. But up until now, they've been testing their business model, and they'll pause, and they realize that there's been no consequences. They don't think that's going to change.
We have extremely serious news at this hour. There is a bombshell phone call between the Saudi Crown Prince and Donald Trump that is worse than the phone call that Donald Trump was impeached for between himself and President Volodymyr Zelensky back during Donald Trump's first term. And one congressman is demanding that the Trump administration release the phone call. This phone call was between the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, and Donald Trump soon after Jamal Khashoggi, the Washington Post reporter, was brutally dismembered and murdered by the Saudi regime. And Vindman is saying that he heard that phone call, that it was shocking, that it was a bombshell call, and that the American people deserve to know about it. Now, I keep reporting on this because Vindman just had a press conference with Jamal Khashoggi's wife, and I need you to know about this, and I need the American people to know about this bombshell phone call that Trump is refusing to release. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This phone call, according to Vindman, who previously was on the National Security Council staff during the Trump administration and Trump won, was a bombshell and came just days after Jamal Khashoggi was murdered. I want you to watch Vindman alongside Jamal Khashoggi's wife.
President Trump's disturbing and counterfactual defense of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman this week, I felt compelled to speak up on behalf of the Khashoggi family and the country that I serve. This is why I took to the House floor to bring to light a call I reviewed during my tenure on Trump's White House national security staff. Out of all the calls with foreign leaders that I reviewed, two stood out as the most concerning. The first is well known, the call with President Zelensky that led to Trump's first impeachment. The second is a call between Mr. Trump and Mohammed bin Salman after the brutal murder of Washington Post journalist and a Virginia resident, Jamal Khashoggi. The Khashoggi family and the American people deserve to know what was said on that call. As I've said on the floor and in the past, if the past is any indication, the receipts will raise serious questions, and they will be shocking. All week, I've urged the president to release a transcript. Yesterday, I sent him a letter with 37 of my colleagues demanding the release of the transcript. I'm honored to have Ms. Khashoggi with me today, standing by my side as we remember her husband and call for transparency and accountability. We will continue pressing.
Anybody else find it weird that they won't release the transcripts of the Trump Saudi call and then all of a sudden their country wants to put $600 billion into ours? It's not adding up for me.
And we just made it towards the end of this video. Please don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow, and it helps other people to find my content and my video. Help me to get to 20,000 subscribers. That's what we're just looking for right now, to get to 20,000 subscribers. Okay, you guys take care. You guys are the best subscribers on the planet, so take care of yourself. I will leave you my information for my Cash App and my Venmo if you want to send me some money for coffee. And I just wanted to say thank you for the bottom of my heart. You guys, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you for the super stents. You guys are the best subscribers on the planet. Take care. Bye bye. Coño, ya va. Uy.